Good morning, super friend. Aloha. It is I, Corey Leland. Got a pretend letter here from an interested viewer. Just kidding, I don't have any interested viewers, but if I did, this would be a good question. Dear Mr. Leland, please call me Corey. What did you mean when you said the urge to commit suicide is always a spiritual impulse, so often misunderstood? What a great question that is. I think that the world today is it can be very depressing and sad, and it's a tragic, terrible place from that perspective, the realistic perspective. I mean, not spiritually real, but if you look at the trend in the world, it could tempt anyone to be upset and depressed. Any intelligent, caring, feeling person might be tempted sometimes to think about ending it all. And when I said that the urge to commit suicide, and please don't do it, because I really don't believe that is the way out. I think the way out is, they say, the way in. It's a spiritual practice, and as I'm saying, the urge to end it all is actually a prerequisite to real deep high spiritual attainment. It's why the Christ message says, if you want to follow me, into the heavenly realm, pick up your cross and deny yourself. There are two aspects of the self. There's the mortal seeming self, the body, the physical body, in the dream world of time, the matrix, the illusion. We're in a simulation, they call it these days. That's not the real world, and your body, your physical body, is not the real you. The physical body is not the self God created. And so we do need to die, but not physically, not mortally. We need to die to the false belief that we are physical beings in a world of time. Time is the great illusion. And everything that seems to be born seems to die also. But your spirit is always, always, always perfect and in a state of grace and in a state of bliss. What needs to die, what needs to be awakened out of, is the deep hypnotism, the conditioning that's been put on us since birth and way before birth for century after century, that tells you you're a physical body in a world of time and problems and stress. So at any given moment in the now, when you practice meditation, it's always about now. Your human brain that's always thinking, it's about the past or the future, and that's why we have to learn to quiet the mind. At first, go for even one good instant when you're willing to forget the past. It's not here. You forget the future, recognizing it's always imaginary. And you come to that one moment where you're free of the pressure of the past and the pressure of the future and of being a person, and you utterly forget the world in order to remember. And when your mind is still, you're inviting that healing presence of God. So what you're doing is you're picking up your cross, you're dying daily, as the Apostle Paul says, to the mortal illusion, the dream character, as it's called in A Course in Miracles, of the human body in the world of dreams. We're dreaming. You're dreaming right now. So the way out is to recognize you take that urge to end it all. And that's actually very, very helpful and important. You have to have that disillusionment with the world. Another Christ quote is, if a man loves the world, the love of our Father is not in him. And our Father means our true identity as a spiritual self. The kingdom of heaven is within you. That's what the Christians refer to as the only begotten Son. How could the only begotten be separate from the kingdom of heaven within you? The real you is closer than the feeling of your body and more real than anything your persona brain, the world mind, is going to always try to convince you that you're not the child of God, that you're not divine, that you're not spirit. Everything in the world is a hypnotic temptation. But closer than all of that, if you can learn to identify rightly with only with spirit, so you're awake in the dream. It's like being totally awake in a dream. And to do that, to practice meditation, you get to a place, and it takes some practice, It's just like you're asleep. You're so relaxed, it's like you're asleep, except you're awake. And if you can resist the temptation to start thinking about the world, even for 1 second, 1 instant, that 1 instant will, with practice, expand to 2, 3, and 4, and 5 instances. Sooner or later, you'll be able to sit there for 15 seconds where you're not thinking about anything or anyone. And that's when the peace and the grace and the truth can come in and correct. There's a Course in Miracles lesson: truth will correct all errors in my mind. And if you're feeling upset, you're feeling sad, you're feeling like you want to end it all, that's an error in your mind. Again, it's the world mind using you, trying to convince you that you're a mortal being in a world of time, but you're not. You are spirit. Only spirit is true about you. And the more you can practice knowing that truth, I am spirit. Even the feeling of being a person is part of the hypnotic dream world. If you'd like someone to talk to, I might be available at some point. We can practice over the phone, inviting, resting, accessing the grace, the peace, the strength, the truth of God that dissolves the illusion that tells me I'm a person in a world with struggles and problems. It'll all be over soon enough, one way or the other, but it's not up to us to decide. Even people that have the near-death experiences or a near-life experience, to all appearances, right? The body, oh, I saw my body down there on the operating table. I was brain dead. I was heart dead. But what did they say they were experiencing? I felt free. I felt so loved. But they told me to go back. So it's not your time until it's your time. And that's not for us to decide. But what is for us to decide is that we need to identify rightly with spirit. Oh, I am spirit. I am the way, the truth, and the life. The kingdom of God is within you. Each and every one that you see is part of that one spirit of God, what they call Christ. It's omnipresence. There are no people. There is no world. There's not past or future. All of that is a dream trying to convince you, and it's very persuasive, that you're a body and that you're separate from love and you're separate from peace and fulfillment. So just take it one thought at a time, practice that holy instant where you just forget the whole world, forget your body, and accept the peace that's being offered when you empty out a way to receive it. It takes practice, but that feeling of wanting to end it all is actually a very spiritual impulse, and it's a prerequisite to real spiritual growth and attainment. So use it for that. Have a beautiful day. Any questions, put them in the comments. Thanks very much.